What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. It's your boy Soulblaze. We're back at it again with the content. And this video is going to be all about my run in the WPF with the Speed Tour ORAS, the tournament I won. So, before we get into it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Now, I got to keep it a buck with you guys real quick. We're going to go through this real quick. I want the watch time, but I just spent 30 minutes recording this fucking video only for it to be popped into my recording software and the whole thing is fucking muted. So we're gonna do this real quick. Stay with me now. Subscribe for the bell. Subscribe, baby. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. I had to get up the fucking replay. So it's 4 rounds. Round 1 is the story of how Suicune lives the roles like 2-3 fucking times each time I try to kill it. Also, this nature didn't come with. I don't know how that happened. But it's the story of how Suicune, rest, calm mind, sleep talk, does not die. It does not want to roll and sit down. And how Power Up Punch, Drain Punch, Return just pretty much has perfect coverage against everything. Obviously, I can't show the entire teams because they delete that from the documents. I only have replays and builds. So I prepped for something else as well. Ice Punch would have been nice for Guy Score, but you know, it's like the story of how that happens. The freaking Suicune. So let's get into it. As you can see, nice and solid. Crit turn 1 did not matter, but we blame the hacks, baby. So I know it's Scarf now at this point in time, and I really need to knock off that Scarf to make sure that Latios can kill it later. And, you know, it's just a lot of back and forth. Like, Suicune is a monster. Fuck that Pokemon, bro. And this thing is tanky with Eviolite. We want to knock off that as well. Obviously, does not want to let me have that. Goes Gardevoir with Mega Stone. Can't get knocked off. I'm Toxic, which is really bad. I want to sack this to be able to trap this thing with like the Trio or go Lopunny. But like, I try to do a crazy play there. But at least I get up rocks. I predict no grass move. I get the prediction right and get up rocks. It gets the knockoff on me on the Latios, which is okay at this point. I brought Assault Vest for Heatran and for Gardevoir. I have Hidden Power Ground and stuff like that. We go our Draco. Lets this thing rest and calm mind, which is a pretty bad play, but we try and go Rotom now and try to eliminate this, but I'm expecting him to go like Gliscor or something else at every point in the turn. Like, look at how he's just staying in on my stuff. He's just staying in. He's just staying in. That's perfect. So I try to bring it down to a range that I'm satisfied with, and yeah. Draco is probably a roll here, by the way. Does not die the first time. So Suicune does not die. Gets the rest off. And I'm burned. My special attack. I have to do something here. I go Rotom Wash again. And I'm figuring, damn, he doesn't go Gliscor. Okay, let's just T-Bolt. That does half. Does he let me stay in again and do it? And I know he goes Tangela. Like, this weekend is just not freaking dying, bro. We spam Volt Switch. We go in the Latios. And I try to do something fancy here. Like, I'm also expecting him to go Mega Gardevoir there. So I'm doing that. That's the second time Suicune lives. Lives the Psyshock roll, baby, and gets the rest off, so now it's still a problem. I go Rotom Wash, and it's just like, he's not budging. He's not going Gliscor. So we go Lopunny, as long as it doesn't burn. Yeah, no burn. So now we can start Power Up Punching this thing. Fake out, just because. Doesn't matter. We just Power Up Punch, and we Power Up Punch, and it gets a Calm Mind up. And here's where, like, I should have used something else than Drain Punch. I should have used Return here to kill it. I use Drain Punch, and it's the third time Suicune lives, baby. So he gets a huge Scald, a happily no burn, which means that now the Haxor Scarf has been knocked off. Mega Lopunny goes for the return here, does not kill, but lives the EQ in return. So Mega Lopunny cleans up the game from there. That's the round 1, baby. Kind of spicy that Mega Lopunny lived there and Scald no burn, but how does he live? Suicune live 3 times. That's crazy. The second game is the story of how this Clefable is just really hard to kill. The team has no removal whatsoever outside of Defog Mega Beedrill, so we're bringing spikes and we have lots of steel moves for the Clefairy. We have Iron Tail, we have Flash Cannon, stuff like that, and we also have double Scarf. We have Scarf Dug Trio for Mega Beedrill and outspeeding his Scarfers, and it also does significant damage to Registeel, almost like Regieleki. Obviously, we can Toxic stuff, we can kind of Thunder Wave stuff, and go from there. So, this is all about the Clefable, pretty much. He likes to lead Apom, gets the Fake Out, that's fine. I don't really have any cover cloaks or anything like that. So we get a spike up. That's like the first spike, and he taunts me. It's really good for me to get that. Weak armor also raises my speed by 1 stage in this gen, which is kind of interesting. So I'm predicting him. I don't think he can kill me from this range. I think V-Crit does like 70, like high 80 to low 90. Like, I think I live there in some roles. So I was able to just, I wanted to go in there because, yeah. It starts calm minding on me. I need to slow this thing down with the T-Wave. It's obviously the Magic Guards. We can't Toxic it because it doesn't take damage from that. But we just try and, we've done what we can with the Regieleki. We've, no, Klefki. We've slowed it down. So we're just triple spiking. Unfortunately, I missed the Iron Tail there. I want to Iron Tail it before I Mega, just because I died of Moonblast if I Mega. So now we live because we're not weak. And this is a stronger Iron Tail. I miss. He gets full parried, which is really unfortunate. But we get the crit Iron Tail in return. So Clefable, if Clefable kills me here with Moonblast, lives the Iron Tail and kills me with Moonblast, my game is lost, by the way. But it doesn't. We're still alive. I know there's a Scarf. We just go Rotom on this every time. There's no way he's going to E-Ball or anything like that. And this is pretty much a very free Volt Switch, just because, like, it would have been a free Volt Switch because there's no ground type. But I wanted to pump just in case, like, he stayed in, you know. I wanted to pump just in case. I wasn't sure. Probably should have Volt Switched because, like, Victini's very, very, I was seeing blood. T-Waves, I just pivot around this. You know, I get some nice damage on it. Get the para. And then it rests. So all of my efforts are for naught. But it is fine. I do a couple of... I bring it down to rest range where it's going to rest. And on the rest turn, I switch into this and trap it. And then we just EQ 3 times. There it is. There it is. So that's 3 times. That's Registeel out the way. This outspeeds me, so I just go Mandibuzz. Good knockoff, but gives me weak armor, which is okay. I try and Toxic this, but it has Taunt for me. So, yeah, misses the Hurricane. I just go for a slow U-turn into this, and Scarf Thunder just pretty much blows everything out the water. Don't want to take Fake Out damage for free. So that's what that is, but that's completely fine. I just sack things and just... I was hoping that would kill. I could trap it and kill it here. It does not happen. But now I just Scarf Galvantula. We Volt Switch before we Thunder, so we don't miss on such a low HP kill. And whenever Galvantula comes in here again, like, Spikes just murders this team, as you can see. But basically, like, Scarf Galvantula beats the Victini and the Mega Beedrill. So that's the power of just Scarf Electric move spam. How 3 spikes against a team with no removal works out, and obviously hitting a crucial crit Iron Tail. So that's the second round. The third round is a really interesting story. This team is actually one of the craziest teams I've ever seen drafted. 5 out of 6 Mons here can take over a government and destroy a society from top to bottom. Obviously, Jolteon being the leftover Mon that does not do that, but it still has the speed to make some really disgusting stuff happen. This game does not go my way. There's a lot of things here that I'm not looking forward to seeing again. So we'll just get right into it. The main plot point here is that I want to... like, Latios with Scarf kind of beats a lot of the team. It goes before Scarf Jolt or non-Scarf Jolteon. I can have, like, HP ground for the Diancie. I can Psychic, like, he has 1 Psychic resist, which is pretty good for me. So we're kind of working towards that. Gets a crit Shadow Ball, which is unfortunate. I get a Spike Up because, again, removal is not as bad pre-Mega Balanced Diancie. And here's where, like, he gets the crit Thunderbolt here, which kills me. So 2 crits in 2 turns against me, which is pretty bad. And I just kind of lose my shit here at this point. I go Doug Trio. I'm bluffing a Scarf, kind of like that. And it's a 20% roll that I live. And that's what I want to go for. So I don't get it, which is, you know, it is what it is. I can't really blame the game, though. It's hard his favor. I just play desperate. So I go Latios. We proc the balloon, which is pretty good. If I had a Doug Trio to trap it with, but lo and behold, consequences for your actions kind of deal. And now we just, like, yeah, this thing is kind of crazy. Why does it stay in? It doesn't beat Spadef Rotom. Like, I Will-O-Wisp whatever comes in, but he stays in and gets the Flash Fire. HP Grass. You see how Pump just beats this? So now Heatran is completely chipped down to where Spike will kill it. So that's gone. It gets Rock Step, though. So I Volt Switch, predicting non-Lando because I have Hydro Pump, obviously, and I'm still pretty healthy. Here we go, Overcoat Mandibuzz so we don't get spored. and I don't have the time to go for like a Brave Bird. I would rather just knock off a Switch in or something like that, but we don't get that obviously. I don't have any Switch in for Mega Diancie, so I'm letting Mandibuzz like drop here. Or not drop, but like slow U-turn, I suppose. And then we just go here and we hit the Iron Tail for once, which is pretty cool. We hit the Iron Tail, get Mega Diancie out of there. That's fantastic. Ice Punch does not kill at -1, so we have to reset the Intimidate. Sack Mandibuzz, get back in. He's obviously going to switch and sack Heatran, so I set up a sub to make sure he can't intimidate me once he comes back, so therefore he goes Amoonguss, which means I get good chip on this Amoonguss. Crits my sub, doesn't matter. I go Rotom Wash on a horrible play, give him a lot of Giga Drain damage. Crits me again, of course, but that's fine. Hidden Power, do a little bit more damage, sack the Rotom. And now Scarf Psychic just wins the game. Scarf Psychic is a 2-hit KO on this. Scarf Psychic is a 2-hit KO on this. I get the crit, doesn't matter. And Scarf Psychic beats that, and it beats Amoonguss. So that's how the story of the semifinals went. I told you, Scarf Psychic just goes crazy. 2-hit KOs these guys. 1-hit KOs, or it was in range from Spike. Heatran, the Psychic Resist got taken out with a pump. He let that get pumped, and he let this get Iron-tailed. So that's the story of that game. It's a really good player. I'm not trying to, downplay that, but it's just like, he played towards my win condition pretty good. It's modest Psychic too, modest Scarf Psychic, which makes it two hit KOs every single way you look. Now finals is crazy. Okay. Finals. Look at this team. We have to get Blastoise out the way. If I get Blastoise out the way, that's huge because that means the removal is gone. We can spike it and stuff like that. So I want to status the Blastoise. I want to status spam this team really hard down to make sure that Lopunny gets faster than everything. Make Altaria, Dragon Dance not a threat. Scarf Jirachi, it can't flinch me that much if it's T-Wave, stuff like that. And the 3 on the right, Hippowdon plus the 3 on the right side, in theory, get messed up by Toxic. So obviously, we're bringing probably some of the craziest prep I've ever brought in my life. Light Spray 1 screen, because outside of Dragon Dance, Altaria, it's like Shell Smash Blastoise, Tornadus, other things on his team, Special Altaria. Like it was some stuff I really wanted to bring Light Screen for. I don't remember the matchup that much. I don't think I have it either. I'll be right back to check. Hey, well, what do you know? I found it. So the finals matchup I have saved. Yeah, I wanted Light Screen for like Rotom and stuff like that as well. Not really too big a deal, but yeah. So we have Toxic and stuff like that. Especially defensive Rotom Wash. But this Latios set right here is the craziest shit ever. The plan is to trap Blastoise with Whirlpool. Calm Mind, don't get freezed by Ice Beam. Get enough stored power boost to win the game. That's the whole plan. Because Altaria needs a Dragon Dance up to kill me. To be faster than me and kill me. And knock off from like Tornadus before. While I have the item does like 50%. But without it does like 30 to 40. Which is pretty okay for me. But the point is, if I get enough boosts, even though Jirachi's a quad resist, it gets 2-hit KO'd, which is pretty awesome. So that's the win condition here. Not the best of all win conditions, but like if we remove Blastoise, we can get webs up, like we can get spikes up. Like World is so happy if I get that. I have Aerial Ace for this Verizon as well. So let's get into it. We start off Klefki. We want to get spikes up. And I get the Toxic because obviously who wouldn't want a Toxic? Who wouldn't want a Toxic like this lead? Does he go Jirachi and let himself get T-Wave? No. And let me get spikes up? No, it does not do that, obviously. So we Toxic. That's a free Toxic. So I'm seeing stars when I get this Toxic, right? Like life is beautiful. This thing is going to get chipped down, has no recovery outside of lefties, which is going to get contradicted by Toxic. I can start setting up spikes and I can start getting up Light Screen for the Shell Smash and stuff like that. Kind of want to Light Screen first in case I don't take too much damage because I'm physically defensive. But life is beautiful. And then he shows Refresh. So all my efforts are for naught. I'm thinking, fuck, how do I kill it? I have to kill this thing now. Like with like a Scarf Thunder, or like I have to really like work for the kill here. Galv, Rotom, or Lopunny has to like really mess this thing up. So it Scalds, nothing too fancy. Gets the burn, obviously. It is what it is. 12% chip for free. Shows Protect, which is why it's for a high jump kick at Lopunny. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe that has Protect. Maybe other things have Protect. I still want a status, and I predict the switch. I get the Altaria, which makes me really happy. because he can't just start DDing on me, because it's not going to be faster than stuff like Latios later and stuff like that. So again, I'm seeing stars right now. I'm so happy for this. And then I remember Natural Cure is a thing. Switches out pre-Mega, it gets status removed for free. Like, so much anti-status. That's really good on his part. Like, that's really good prep, really good bring. But I'm not happy seeing this right now. I get the Volt Switch. He's not going to pout on a Hydro Pump. Also has Protect, by the way. So that's like, okay, I can maybe see some Wish Protect. I'm starting to get some spikes up. I get greedy. Set a second spike. Should not have done that, obviously. And here comes the optimistic play. He rapid spins away the spikes. He has no reason to stay in, but I just want him to. So I reveal my Whirlpool card early that I want to trap Blastoise. Trap this thing instead and get some good chip, but like, I know this thing is probably like Scarf or something, so I don't expect it to be like super threatening with like Calm Mind or something, but yeah. So we get the T-Wave again. I'm thinking like, okay, he's Dragon Edge, he's going to Mega. We can paralyze this thing. Not the case. Nope. Swaps out and saves it for later. Good play. On my Volt Switch is immune. I take burn damage. I take sand damage. Rotom is starting to feel it right now. We go for a Hydro Pump. Switches to Licky Licky, obviously. And I just Volt Switch on this now. I go Latios. And I'm thinking, okay, as long as this doesn't have Toxic, we can trap this with like Whirlpool or something. Maybe we can get something started here. But then I redecide. I go Klefki, and I want to get like one spike up and Toxic the Blastoise. It has to spend 2 turns, and I can trap it from there. That's like the game plan, right? But I get the T-Wave on the Jirachi, which makes me really happy. Like, okay, I know that like Altaria has Natural Cure, this has Refresh, whatever. We get like a status now that matters. It also tricks me, so I'm Choice Scarf now. But that's kind of nice for me, because that means Jirachi is not outspeeding Latios and stuff like that, and Mega Lopunny, which I'm really happy about. And then I see this shit. Heal Bell. Completely removes status from his entire team. So now Jirachi is safe. So now Licky Licky is safe. So now Blastoise is safe. Like, all my status efforts are for nothing, man. Like, oh my god. Yeah, so anyway, does actually go for the Mega now. Is a revealed Heal Bell, so he can afford to get status and, you know, be Mega. I feel like if he Dragon Dance is here and I just T-Wave it and he just keeps going, I feel like he wins, but doesn't opt for that, wants to get the Blastoise, and I'm thinking, why I'm thinking to sack the Rotom here over going Latios and trying to trap it is beyond me, but we get the Para anyway. Try to predict the Powdon. I want this thing gone because I want to go like, again, I get optimistic, but I get chip on Jirachi, so I'm not too sad about it. I'm thinking Jirachi does not have anything to like really hurt me, and I obviously make that big mistake. 58% out the way, and my win condition is hurt. What is happening on screen right now? Perfect. Yeah. So Klefki is feeling the returns right now. Does not want to get status. Goes for the refresh. I can't really Thunder Spam yet. I predict the Powdon. And these be the games. These be the games. I set up a spike. Or I Toxic something. Or I T-Wave something. Altaria, Mega Dance, Mega Alt Elite, goes for a Dragon Dance. I T-Wave it, goes into Blastoise. I set up a spike, refresh, rapid spin. I go into Rotom. I go into Klefki. I get returned. These be the games. It's just the games. It's just the freaking games. Like, I finally break the chain here and go Lopunny, right? I finally break the chain and go Lopunny. I'm trying to get some big damage in. I'm thinking like he's scared of Power Up Punch and stuff like that. Sets up a physically defensive Powdon on Sand. So I take damage from that. I take damage from Rocky Helmet, and he's physically defensive. Like, this is starting to become crazy. So I'm trying to get it out the way. I'm thinking like, okay, he showed a lot of Protect, but we go for the high jump kick. We try and get this thing out the way. I take Rocky Helmet damage. Now I take Toxic damage. I take Sandstorm damage. But he's not showed. I can afford to go Facade here because it's like, if he has Protect, then I don't die to high jump kick miss. Rocky Helmet, Sand, Toxic, 15%. I'm good for one more hit. We sack it or we wait it for later for one more hit. I know Hippowdon is now gone, so now I can start to Thunder Spam, right? Or Volt Switch freely. I go for Thunder, it's resisted. I don't get Para. I go Klefki, it goes Roost. Thems be the games. These be the games. But this switch right here gives me a recover, which is pretty good. Klefki has to take a return. These be the games. Into Blastoise, Rapid Spin. You already know. But I'm getting Galvantula in for free. I'm noticing that. So I go Lopunny and I try to be good for one more hit. Stupid me doesn't go for a high jump kick there. It is what it is. Like, if he stayed in, he would have, in Dragon Nest, I would have lost the game. So I don't feel like I could. And Facade is just good damage on anything. So I wanted to get that off. Lopunny's gone. I want to trap this with the trio. Jirachi's now gone, which is pretty good. But Blastoise remains like the bastion that stands against me. I have to be able to try and trap, or like Altaria gets a Dragon Nest is faster than my Latios. Tornadus is faster than my Latios. Like, we're in trouble here. It's also faster than my Doug Trio. It's faster than everything except Scarf Galvantula. Heat Waves Regieleki is gone. This is now a 3v4 where he has Heal Bell on his team. So I can't do shit for free. I go for Thunder. I get a crit. That's a good start. On any comeback, a good solid crit is as a good start as any. I Thunder again. Goes for the Wish. Probably goes for the Protect, I think. Does not go for the Protect. But I get the Thunder Para, which is amazing. He's going to heal now, which is going to make it hard. So I'm hoping for a Para. Not in the same thought process here. Is it not here? It's not here. I think it's later. I catch a Body Slam. He heals. I'm trying to trap this thing as it goes for, like, Wish, I guess. Yeah. Does 41. Take Life Orb. I get the Para. I get a fat crit EQ, which is really good for me here. Or else I just die. And the Para. So now, even though it protects, I can just get this thing out the way, which is huge. It's now a 3v3. Blastoise comes out. I go Latios. Always. I want to trap this thing. You already know them vibes. We want to get the Stored Power boost going. I make the craziest double ever. He Scalds, I lose the game, by the way. But he can't afford to get Whirlpool because then he would lose the game. So I make the double, predicting, seeing, okay, the only way I'm going to remove this Mega Altaria is if I get some good chip on it. How do I do it? Double into Doug Trio as it's coming in. Because that way, we can get a fat EQ off. And a Dragon Dances, so now it's faster. And it gets a Roost. And I get an EQ. I'm wanting it. I'm just EQing it, making it kill me. Return goes off, kills me. He probably could have gone for a Dragon Dance as well. Like, he probably could have fit a Dragon Dance in there and probably won the game. We get a fat Thunder Para because I'm Scarf. I go first. So we get a fat Thunder Para. So now he has to spend a turn heal belling, and he is not in a position to roost, right? Return kills me for the Scarf Thunder full Para. I store power here. Stored power does 11%. I'm hoping for a full Para. If not, return just kills me and I'm out of the tournament, you know? But I'm him. I'm actually him though. Can't go Blastoise now. I trap that and win the game. Has to go here. Knockoff does a fat 50%. My item is gone, so knockoff is going to do less. You know what that means? That means it's time for some recover, calm fucking mind. We go crazy. We heal. Goes Blastoise and lets it get trapped, and that's the game. Calm mind, stored power, Whirlpool Latios in finals. Right? The thing that I'm supposed to get rid of first on his team to be able to secure my win condition. If I trap Blastoise turn 1 in the game, I can lock it until I get Calm Mind Store Power 6. I can 2-shot Jirachi as long as it doesn't like T-Wave me. I should be good. And I win the game. No. That's the last Mon standing. I work my way through the games. I spike even though he has Rapid Spin. I T-Wave spam and Toxic spam him till the days go by. Even though he has Refresh, Heal Bell, Natural Cure, everything beneath the sun. But we make it through because we get some nice EQ crits and we make the shiesty nice doubles. And we win our second draft-related tournament ever, the WPF World Pokemon Federation Speed Tour for Oraz. Second dub for your Oslo City Altarunis, baby. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been your boy Soulblaze, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. I haven't been posting that much lately. We're trying to get a little bit back on it, but we do have exams and, work and stuff like that. Life. But thanks for watching. Take care of yourself, take care of your families, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.